Alright, welcome to another game of On-Base Baseball. My name is Brian Haverkamp, and I am the designer, the creator of On-Base. And in this game, I'm going to show you a classic game. So most of the games that I've been playing online have been, or at least on the videos, have been from the 2019 season, which will be the first carded season that we'll be releasing and producing. But also have released the game engine chart, which you can see here. And the game engine chart you can download for free, and we'll put the link in the description of the video for you to download that, but it's in the same place you can download the demo teams. And what the game engine chart does is just give you some generic outcomes that you can use with either Sierra or FIP for pitchers, and then you can use for weighted runs above average, or I'm using the batting runs, which is a weighted runs above average. And you can find that at fangraphs.com. So what we do is we have, if you're familiar with the cards, it's basically the same thing. So we have outcomes on the batter cards, we have outcomes on the pitcher cards. You start on the pitcher card or the pitcher column, and then if there's a blank, say you roll 1-4 and the pitcher is in this last column, this is his FIP or Sierra, then a blank is here, and then you would move over to a 1-4, and then whichever column the batter finds himself in, that's what you would take as the outcome of the at-bat. So pretty easy gameplay in that instance, and if you have the whole, if you print it out and you just sort of have it all in front of you, it goes a little bit quicker than what we're going to do on the screen. So I was just trying to find a good way to do this. Let me show you. We're doing Game 7 of the 1962 World Series. This is the Yankees at the Giants at Candlestick Park. If you remember the original game, or if you don't know, it came down to the very last at bat. Willie McCovey was up, 2 runners on, second, third. He hits a screamer up the middle, and the shortstop, Kubek, probably is how you say Kubek, Tony Kubek, reaches out, makes the play, and saves the ball game. The Giants were down 1 with 2 runners in scoring position. If that gets through, they win the World Series. And Kubek makes the play, sort of reaches out and stabs at it, and it was very exciting, pretty thrilling back and forth World Series. So features big time players, Mantle and Maris. And also on the Giants side, you have Mays and McCovey, Orlando Cepeda. So there are some big time players here. I'll show you what I did to get the teams. I went to Fangraphs, and I went to their leaders. So leaders.aspx, fangraphs.com/leaders.aspx. So I got a video showing you how to go and get stats from here. And you basically put in whatever team you want, whatever season that you're looking for, and then it spits out a bunch of stats. Now you can customize which things are showing either by clicking these tabs here, or you can just go down and you can choose any of these and you can move them over here like that. And if you don't want it, then you can get rid of it. So I just did the main 3 values that we use in On-Base to play the game. So we have our batting runs, which is weighted runs above average essentially. Defense, and that's the sort of overall defensive value adjusted per position. And then we have a speed rating. So all of these numbers are numbers that we use inside the game, and typically they're on the cards themselves, but if you're not playing with the cards, then you need to obviously get and provide those for yourself. If you're using a handwritten scorecard, you can just write them right on the scorecard, no big deal. But for me, I'm using ball score, and so I needed a way to sort of quickly reference which column. That's really what I need to know. I don't need to know the numbers per se, unless it's speed, but there's probably only 1 or 2 people I'm going to be stealing a base with. Wasn't exactly a heavy speed time for Major League Baseball at that point. So what I needed was to be able to reference the appropriate column as either a pitcher or a batter. Okay. So what I did was I thought of these as column 1. So column 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the batters. And you can see they correspond with the different ranges of weighted runs above average. And then I have column 1, 2, 3, and 4 also for the pitchers, also corresponding to their FIP. So I'm using FIP because this is an older set of teams. So for Willie Mays, for instance, he's a 55, 57 batting runs, weighted runs above average essentially. So he's definitely in this superstar MVP column. And that's column 1, 2, 3, column 4. So for Mays, you can see that here, instead of putting their numbers, I just went through and edited each player, and I put which column, and then I put a plus or minus for, are they a plus defender or a minus defender, because I need to see that for making error checks. So I just did a little shorthand here. So for Mays, you can see that he is in the 4 column, and he is a plus defender, and his speed is 6. I just know that because I memorized it, but he's probably one of the only ones I'm going to try to steal a base with if I need to. So you can see the same thing. So column 3 for Willie McCovey, he's a minus defender. Same for Cepeda. Tom Holler is in column 3, but he's a plus defender. So I have sorted the essentials that I need in order to play the game, and I did the same thing over here with the Yankees as well. For the pitchers, I used the pitcher column. Which pitcher column should I be looking in? All pitchers are going to hit out of the number 1 column here. So all pitchers come in for me at like a minus 10. I realize some pitchers are better hitters than that, but for simplicity's sake, just putting them here. So he is in column 3 as a pitcher, which is going to be not quite the highest column, but the next to highest. Each of the pitchers in this game, the starting pitchers had an ERA about 3.7. I mean a FIP about 3.7. So that puts them in this column here. So we'll look in this column first, and then if there's a blank, then we'll move on to the batter column. So hopefully that makes sense. Trying to just think about how I can do this on a screen and make it where it makes some sense and isn't too jarring going back and forth. So this will be the 62 World Series, Game 7 at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. Yankees at the Giants. Jack Sanford is going to be pitching for the Giants against Ralph Terry of the Yankees. Leading off for the Yankees is Tony Kubek, short. Bobby Richardson is second. Tom Tresh in left. Mickey Mantle in center. Roger Maris in right. Elston Howard catching. Bill Skowron at first. Clete Boyer at third. And then Ralph Terry pitching, hitting ninth. For the Giants, the home Giants, it's Felipe Alou in right. It's Chuck Hiller at second. Willie Mays batting third in center. McCovey batting fourth and left. Orlando Cepeda is hitting fifth. He's in first base. Tom Holler is catching. Jim Davenport, the third baseman. Batting eighth is Jose Pagan, the shortstop. And then batting ninth is Jack Sanford, the starter for the Giants. So let's get the game going. Top of the first inning, no score. Sanford against Tony Kubek, the first batter of Game 7. So here's a 4-5, and a 4-5 is Kubek's off this second card. So that's going to be a fly out, and it's going to be a fly out to right field. So 1 up, 1 down for the Yankees in the first inning. Bobby Richardson stands in against Jack Sanford. Here's a 2-6. 2-6 is going to be probably a ground out. Let's see, it is. And that's a ground out to shortstop. So 2 up, 2 down. 2 quick outs for for the Giants. Tom Tresh, 3-hole hitter in the left field, stands in for the Yankees, and that's going to be a strikeout off the pitcher card. Sanford gets the strikeout swinging, and 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees in the top half of the first. So this brings up Ralph Terry. He's going to be facing off against Alou, Hiller, and Mays in the bottom of the first inning. Felipe Alou, 2-2. 2-2 is going to be a double off the pitcher card. So Alou gets it all started very well for the Giants, as he is at second base now with nobody out. Chuck Hiller, second baseman. He stands in. There's a 2-3. And a 2-3 to Hiller. What is he? He's in the 1 column. So 2-3 is going to be a ground out to shortstop, and we have an error check there, so we'll do the error check. No error on the play, so he grounds out to short. Runner is going to hold at second base as the shortstop goes over to first base. Looks the runner back. And 1 out now with the runner at second base. Willie Mays, center fielder for the Giants, stands up to the plate. There's a 3-6. And a 3-6 to Mays. Is going to be a flyout with an error check. So fly ball to center field. No error on the play. Center fielder reaches up and puts it away. And we're going to keep the runner at second base. No need to advance there. Don't make the first or third out at third, right? Willie McCovey, left fielder for the Giants. He stands in with an RB opportunity. There's a 2-4 and a 2-4 for McCovey. It is going to be a strikeout. So Ralph Terry gets a strikeout looking on Willie McCovey, and that ends the first inning. As we go to the top of the second inning, no score. Jack Sanford faces off against Mantle, Maris, and Elston Howard. So there's a pitch to Mickey Mantle. 1-6. 1-6 to Mantle is going to be a flyout, and that's a fly ball to right field. Right fielder reaches up and puts it away. First out of the inning, and Roger Maris steps in for the Yankees, right fielder for the Yankees. Another 1-6. Same result, fly out to right field. So Sanford gets 2 quick fly balls, and it's 2 down in the inning with Elston Howard, the catcher, standing in. There's a 5-6, and a 5-6 is going to be a strikeout off of the pitcher card. So excellent start for Sanford as he gets a strikeout looking. Let's go ahead and mark that. And Orlando Cepeda steps in in the bottom of the second inning. Ralph Terry will be facing Cepeda, Holler, and Davenport. So Cepeda takes a pitch. There's a 2-5 and a 2-5 on the third column. It's going to be a flyout. So fly ball to left field. A little can of corn there for the left fielder. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. Tom Holler, the catcher. There's a 4-6 and a 4-6 in the third column. It's going to be a strikeout. So strikeout number 2 on the day for Ralph Terry. And he gets a swinging strikeout of Jim Davenport. The light hitting shortstop, Jose Pagan, stands in. 2-2. And he rips a double down the left field line. And standing up at second base, cruises in. So now runner at second base with... Oh, I'm sorry, that was Jim Davenport. Somehow I missed that. That was Holler who struck out. Davenport with the double. And now Pagan stands in. Sometimes I look past what the batter is. So Jose Pagan now with an RBI opportunity. 2 outs, runner at second base. 5-6, and that's going to be a strikeout. So third strikeout of the day for Ralph Terry. It's a strikeout looking, and gets rid of the Giants' threat in the bottom of the second inning. Let's go ahead and switch that. All right, bottom of the order coming up for the Yankees against Jack Sanford. Yankees without a hit so far. Sanford has put them down 1-2-3 in the first 2 innings. Here's Bill Skowron. 1-1 to Skowron. It's going to be a strikeout off the pitcher card. And he gets Skowron swinging for the first out of the inning. Clete Boyer, third baseman for the Yankees, stands in a 1-6. 1-6 off of the second card. It's going to be a fly out. That's a fly ball to center field. Willie Mays tracks it down out there for the second out of the inning. And Ralph Terry, the pitcher, stands in. He's going to be hitting off the first column. So a 1-5 is going to be a single. So a 2-out base hit by the pitcher, Ralph Terry. Puts a runner at first base and 2 outs. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Yankees. Tony Kubek, the shortstop, stands in. Kubek flied out to right field his first at bat. There's a 4-4, and a 4-4 is, what is he is in the second one? So back-to-back singles now for the Yankees. And with 2 outs, we're going to advance the runner all the way to third base. He gets an extra base. So runners on the corners now, 2 down, with Bobby Richardson, second baseman for the Yankees, up to bat. 5-6 is going to be a strikeout. And Sanford gets the third out of the inning on a strikeout looking against Bobby Richardson. So Richardson can't pull the trigger, can't bring in any runs, and still score tied 0-0 going into the bottom of the third inning. Let's go ahead and switch that to a strikeout looking. All right, so the pitcher leads off for the Giants. Jack Sanford against Ralph Terry. Here's a 2-6 and a 2-6 for Terry. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. So easy play by the shortstop, throws him out by 2 or 3 steps. And Felipe Alou, who doubled in his first at bat to lead off the game, he stands in against Ralph Terry. There's a 4-6 and a 4-6 for Alou. It's going to be a double play or a strikeout. Nobody on base, so it's going to be a strikeout swinging. He's 1 for 2 on the day now. Chuck Hiller, 0 for 1 with a ground out to short in his first at bat. There's a 1-5. And the 1-5 is going to be a single, so a 2-out base hit for Chuck Hiller, the second baseman for the Giants. Puts a runner on for Willie Mays, 2 down in the inning. Mays flied out to right in his first at bat. There's a 4-6 and a 4-6 to Mays is going to be a strikeout. So Ralph Terry gets Willie Mays looking. Beautiful curveball, couldn't take a swing at it, and that gets the Yankees out of the third inning. We're going to go to the top of the fourth. Still no score. Terrific ball game. This is Game 7 of the 1962 World Series. Jack Sanford still in the game for the Giants against Ralph Terry of the Yankees. Sanford's going to be facing off against the middle of the order. So Tresh, Mantle, and Maris up for New York. There's a 1-4 and a 1-4 for Tresh. This will be a base knock solidly through the right side. So Tom Tresh now at first base, and Mickey Mantle stands in with the runner on first, nobody out. Mantle flied out to right in his first at bat. Here's a 1-2. That's going to be a ground out, but the runner advances to second base. So a little dribbler to third base, and the third baseman comes in, makes the play over to first. And the runner goes to second base. So runner in scoring position now for Roger Maris, right fielder for the Yankees. He flied out to right in his first at bat. There's a 3-3 and a 3-3 to Maris. Let's see. 3-3 is going to be a double, so a big run scoring double for Roger Maris as he puts the Yankees on the board. The first run of the game for either team, and the Yankees take the 1-0 lead on the Maris double. Brings up Elston Howard, And catcher for the Yankees has a man on second base, one out. Here's a 1-6. 1-6 is going to be a flyout, and the runner's going to advance. So it's a long fly ball to right field, hangs up in the air a long time, and the runner tags at second, makes it to third base. So the Yankees now have a runner at third with 2 outs, and Bill Skowron playing first in this game. There's a 1-4, and a 1-4 is going to be a walk or hit by pitch. So it's a 1 on the D9, so it's actually a hit by pitch. And that's going to put runners at the corners. So 2 outs in the inning. Sanford already given up 1 run here in the top of the 4th inning, and the Yankees threatening with Cleet Boyer at the plate. There's a 2-6 and a 2-6 off of the second column here is going to be a ground out. That's right back to the pitcher. Pitcher takes a few steps over to first, underhands it, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. But the Yankees do get 1 in the top of the 4th and take a 1-0 lead. This Game 7 of the 1962 World Series. Yankees at the Giants, and Ralph Terry still in the ballgame for the Yankees. He's going to be facing off against McCovey, Cepeda, and Tom Holler. There's a 1-5 and a 1-5 to McCovey. It's going to be a ground out, and he grounds out to the shortstop. So that's going to be the 1st out of the inning. Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda flied out to left field in his first at bat. There's a 3-6 to Cepeda, and the 3-6 is going to be a flyout, but there's an error check, so a flyout to center field. No error on the play. So that's 2 down in the inning now. Ralph Terry has been cruising in this game. He's only given up scattered 3 hits over 3 2/3 innings. Tom Holler, the catcher, 4-4, and a 4-4 to Holler is going to be a walk, straight up walk for the catcher. So Jim Davenport now, he doubled in his first at bat. He stands in against Ralph Terry. There's a 2-2, and a 2-2 is going to be a double, so that's going to be a run-scoring double that ties the ball game. The Giants with 2 outs get the double, which pushes the runner all the way around, and that ties the ball game at 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. So runner in scoring position now with 2 outs for Jose Pagan. There's a 2-5, and a 2-5 for Pagan is going to be a fly out to right field, and that's going to do it for the Giants here in the bottom of the 4th inning. But they do get 1 to tie the ball game, and game tied 1-1 going into the top of the 5th inning. Jack Sanford against Ralph Terry. Sanford's still in the game. Terry singled his first time at bat. There's a 5-5, and it's going to be a line out to center field. 5-5 is almost always a line out. Definitely off of here, your 5-5 is going to be a line out each time. So some things you can sort of cut corners on and get to know. Some things are changing pretty constantly. Tony Kubek. Kubek is 1 for 2 in the game. He singled in his last at bat. There's a 3-4 and a 3-4 to Kubek. That's going to be a double, so a 1-out double by Tony Kubek. Puts a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Bobby Richardson, second baseman for the Yankees, steps up. He is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking in his last at bat. There's a 4-4 to Richardson. That's off the second. So that's going to be a big single for Bobby Richardson as he brings in the runner from second base. I'm sorry, he moves him over to third. Puts runners at the corners. With only 1 out, everybody gets 1 base. And the Yankees have runners at the corners. Tom Tresh standing in. He singled and scored in his last at bat. There's a 3-3, a 3-3 to Tresh. Be a big hit, and that is. It's a big double for Tom Tresh. So big long fly ball off the right field wall. One run's going to come in. The other runner makes it to third base, so it's going to be runners now at second and third. And the Yankees take the lead on that Tom Tresh double. Mickey Mantle now stands in, 4-hole hitter for the Yankees. He's 0 for 2 on the day. There's a 2-5, and a 2-5 is going to be a fly out. And it's going to be a fly ball to left field. And let's see. See if we should. What does Tom Tresh's speed look like? Speed's a 3.6, so anything above a 3 is going to it's going to be an out. We try to tag up, so that'd be a little bit too slow there. So especially with Maris coming up next, we're not going to chance it and keep those runners, keep them on base, give Maris a chance to knock them in. So fly ball to left field, everybody stays and holds, and brings up Roger Maris. Maris doubled and had an RBI in his last at bat. There's a 4-4 and a 4-4 to Maris. That's going to be a walk. So Maris takes the walk, and that will load the bases in front of Elston Howard. So a big opportunity for the Yankees to blow it wide open here. So bases loaded. Elston Howard stands in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Flied out in his last at bat. There's a 1-5 and a 1-5 to Howard is going to be a single. So that's going to be a base knock. And with 2 outs, both runners on second, third are going to score. Runner on first is going to advance to third. And that's a big 2 RBI, 2-out hit for Elston Howard. Puts the Yankees up now 4-1 in this deciding game of the championship series. Bill Skowron, the first baseman, stands in. 3-4 to Skowron. He's on a 2. Let's see. That's going to be another double. So the Yankees are pouring it on here in the 5th inning. And that's a double. So Maris is going to score. Howard is, with 2 outs, is going to score. So 2 more runs come in, and that's going to be the end of the day for Jack Sanford. And let's bring in, let me look for a relief pitcher to bring in. So the Giants are going to bring in Stu Miller. Miller coming in to stop the bleeding in the middle of the game. Here's Clete Boyer, the third baseman for the Yankees. The Yankees are already with 5 runs in the top of the 5th. 2 outs, runner at second base. There's a 4-6, and a 4-6 is going to be a strikeout. So Miller comes in and gets them out of the inning with the strikeout, but not before the Yankees put up a big crooked number. 6 runs they put up in the last 2 innings against the Giants. Giants are now down 6-1. Stu Miller is going to be batting. There's a 3-6 and a 3-6. That'll be a fly out to left field with an error check. No error on the play, so the left fielder reaches up, makes the play. 1 out in the inning, and Felipe Alou, leadoff batter for the Giants, is up a 4-6. We just did that, so 4-6 is going to be a fly out with an error check. Fly out to left again. No error again, and that's going to be 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Chuck Hiller. Hiller's 1 for 2 on the day. There's a 4-5, and a 4-5 is going to be a fly out. Another fly ball, this time to right field. And that gets the Yankees out of the Giants' 5th. Score is still 6-1. Stu Miller in the game against Ralph Terry now. And Terry's pitching well. Scattered 4 hits so far. There's a 4-5 to Terry. A 4-5 is going to be a fly out. Let's fly out ball to left field. And that's the first out in the top of the 6th. So Stu Miller coming in to try to cool off the Yankees a little bit. Tony Kubek, shortstop, he's 2 for 3 today. There's a 5-6, and a 5-6 is going to be a strikeout. So it's going to be a strikeout swinging for Kubek. And Bobby Richardson, second baseman for the Yankees, batting in the 2-hole. Here is the pitch. A 1-4 is going to be a walk or a hit by pitch, and it's not a 1, so that's going to be a walk. So Stu Miller with a walk, 2-out walk to Bobby Richardson. Brings up Tom Tresh. Tresh is 2 for 2. 2 for 3, and he has 1 RBI, 2 runs scored. So big day for the left fielder Tresh. There's a 3-6, and the 3-6 off of the third card is a fly ball to center field. It's an error check on Mays. Mays runs it down, makes the play for the third out of the inning. So Stu Miller coming in cools off the Yankees a little bit for the last inning or so, and maybe a chance to have the Giants get right back into the game. Willie Mays leading off for San Francisco. There's a 2-5 and a 2-5 to Mays. It's going to be a fly out to center field. First out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up Willie McCovey, left fielder for the Giants. There's a 4-5 to McCovey. Also a fly out, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And Orlando Cepeda, the first baseman, he's 0 for 2 in the game so far. He's in the third column. That's going to be a single for Cepeda, so he breaks out with a 2-out single. Brings up Tom Holler, the catcher. 5-5 to Holler is going to be a line out, and that's a line drive right to the second baseman. Reaches out and puts it away. And let's say L4. And so now we head to the top of the 7th inning. Only 3 frames left. The 7th game of the 1962 World Series. Yankees are up 6-1 over the Giants here in the top of the 7th inning. Stu Miller in now for the Giants. We'll probably give him one more inning if he can get through it, and see if he brings someone else in. Ralph Terry is still pitching well for the Yankees, so he's still going strong in the game. First batter in the top of the 7th inning is Mickey Mantle. There's a 3-5 to Mantle. 3-5 is going to be a walk or a hit by pitch. So that's going to be a walk to the Mick. And Roger Maris batting 5th in this game. Maris is 1 for 2. There's a 4-5 to Maris. That's going to be a fly out, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. Mantle's going to hold it first. A 1 down in the top of the 7th inning. Runner at first base, and Elston Howard. He had the big 2-run single back in the 5th inning. There's a 5-6. 5-6 is going to be a strikeout off the pitcher card. Strikeout looking for Elston Howard. And Bill Skowron. Skowron is 1 for 2. He had a big 2 RBI double also in that sort of atrocious inning for the Giants. Gave up 5 runs in the 5th. And Skowron with one of the big blows, a 2-run double. There's a 6-6, and the 6-6 to Skowron is going to be a single. So he gets a single that drives the runner to third base. So runners on the corner now with 2 outs. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Clete Boyer, a third baseman. Boyer is 0 for 3 on the day. There's a 2-3 and a 2-3 2 Boyer's going to be a ground out. That's a ground out to the first baseman. No error on the play. So first baseman scoops it up, pitches over to the pitcher covering, and that gets the Giants out of the 7th inning, having given up no runs to the Yankees. They bent. They didn't break that inning. I got Jim Davenport, Jose Pagan, and then the pitcher spot, so we're going to get a pinch hitter there. Still facing Ralph Terry. Terry going into his 7th inning of work. There's a 1-2, and a 1-2 to Davenport. It's going to be a ground out to the third baseman. Go 5-3 on the putout. Brings up Jose Pagan, the shortstop. There's a 5-6, and a 5-6 is going to be a strikeout off the pitcher card. And that's a strikeout looking. So second strikeout looking of the day for Jose Pagan. And the Giants are going to go to the bench. So the Giants are going to bring in Harvey Kuhn. He is hitting off the third column, and he'll be pinch hitting for Stu Miller. And Miller came in and held the Yankees to no runs over, 2 innings. So did a pretty admirable job. And let's see here, Harvey Kuhn. He's pinch hitting for the pitcher. Still facing Ralph Terry. 6 2/3 innings so far. Here's a 3-4 to Kuhn. Kuhn is rolling off of the third card, and he comes in with a huge pinch hit home run. Solo shot. Moves the score to 6-2. So Kuhn comes off the bench and provides maybe something to get the Giants going here at the end of the ball game. Felipe Alou in right. There's a 5-6. And Ralph Terry comes back with a strikeout, and that's going to be a strikeout looking for Felipe Alou. And the Giants go down. They do get 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now the score is 6-2. Yankees over the Giants. This is Game 7 of the 1962 World Series. And let's bring in a new pitcher. Let's go with Bobby Bolin. Bolin is a, let's see, he's going to be a 3 as well. I should have been running him in the first thing. So let's insert a new pitcher. And it's going to be Bobby Bolin. And let's go ahead and change. Well, we don't need to do that. Okay, let's stick with it. So Ralph Terry's going to stay in the game. Terry's been pitching a terrific ball game. There's a 5-6 and a 5-6. Bolin is pitching out of this third one, so that's going to be a strikeout. So he comes in relief and gets a strikeout swinging on Ralph Terry, the pitcher for the Yankees. Flips the lineup back over. Tony Kubek, the leadoff hitter, stands in. There's a 2-5, and a 2-5 is going to be a fly out, so it's a fly ball to right field. 2 up, 2 down. Here in the top of the 8th inning for the Yankees. Bobby Richardson, second baseman. He stands in 1 for 3 on the day. There's a 2-4, and a 2-4 is going to be a strikeout, so that's going to be 2 Ks in the inning for Bobby Bolin, and he gets the strikeout swinging on Bobby Richardson. Ends the Yankee 8th inning, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees up 6-2 in the ball game. Ralph Terry still in the ball game. He's going to be facing off the middle of the lineup, Hiller, Mays, and McCovey for the Giants. There's a 2-3 and a 2-3 to Hiller. Is going to be a ground out with an error check, so it's a ground out to first base. And we'll see if first baseman makes the play. If he does not, that's an error, so we can go E3 on that. So it could be a costly error. So now one runner on, nobody out. Brings up Willie Mays to the plate. Mays is 0 for 3 in the game. Let's see if he can have some impact on the game here. There's a 2-4 and a 2-4 to Mays is going to be a double play or a strikeout. So just what the doctor ordered, a ground ball back to the pitcher. And the pitcher's going to go 1-6-3 on the double play. And now 2 outs in the inning. So ground ball back to the pitcher, covers up the error by the first baseman. And Willie McCovey, he stands up at the plate. He's also 0 for 3 on the day. There's a 2-3. A 2-3 is going to be a ground out with an error check. So it's a ground ball to a little number to the catcher. Let's see if the catcher makes the play. He does not. So that's going to be an error on Howard. So 2 errors in the inning. But they've been able to recover so far. Let's see if the Giants make them pay for poor defense. Orlando Cepeda, first baseman, stands at the plate. There's a 3-3 to Cepeda, and a 3-3 is going to be a double. So a big 2-out double for Orlando Cepeda. That's a run-scoring double, and that cuts the Yankee lead to 6-3. Tom Haller, the catcher, steps in. There's a 3-5, and a 3-5 to Haller is going to be a strikeout. So Ralph Terry cuts the bleeding, and the Giants have gotten a little bit of offense going here at the end of the game, but it might be too little too late against the Yankees. The Yankees have one more at-bat here, and the Giants get one more shot at New York. Tom Tresh, left fielder for the Yankees, stands in. There's a 3-5, and a 3-5 is going to be a strikeout. So Bobby Bowen in the game still for the Giants. He gets a strikeout of Tom Tresh. He's facing Mickey Mantle now. Mickey Mantle 0 for 3 in this game. There's a 1-4 to Mantle, and the 1-4 is going to be a single. So Mantle gets his first knock of the ball game and puts a runner at first base with 1 out, and Roger Maris steps in. He has a double already and 1 RBI in this game. There's a 3-4 and a 3-4 to Maris. He adds to that double. He adds a big 2-run home run, and that's a 2-run shot here in the top of the 9th inning. So the Yankees starting to pull away from the Giants. They can smell the victory in this Game 7. Elston Howard, the catcher, stands in. It's a 3-3 to Howard, and a 3-3 to Howard is going to be back-to-back home runs for the Yankees. So that's a solo home run for Elston Howard. And now Bill Skowron stands in. Could it be 3 home runs in a row? Can we see something here? Skowron is a 2. It just narrowly misses the home run. But another hit for the Yankees here in the 9th inning, and they're coming in bunches in the 5th and the 9th. 3 runs in now. It's 9-3. New York over San Francisco. Clete Boyer stands in the plate. There's a 1-1. A 1-1 is going to be a strikeout, and that comes off the pitcher card. Strikeout looking. And Ralph Terry. Terry's pitched a complete game so far. He's going to go for the complete game in Game 7. So I'm going to allow him to hit here. 2 outs with a runner on second base. Here's a 3-4. 3-4 is going to be a double. So even the pitcher getting in on the game. He's 2 for 5 in the game with an RBI. Tony Kubek steps in. Kubek is second one, so it's a fly out to left field with an error check. No error on the play. So the left fielder reaches up and puts it away, and that mercifully ends the 9th inning as the Yankees put up a 4 spot in the 9th, and they go into the bottom of the 9th inning, Game 7 of the '62 World Series, and they are ahead 10-3. All right, Jim Davenport hitting for the Giants, and Davenport a 3-3. So Davenport answers with his own double, trying to get something going for the Giants. Jose Pagan, let's see, let me see if we have a pinch hitter here. Pagan's pretty light hitting batter here. So at least Ed Bailey would give him a better shot. So let's go ahead and bring in Ed Bailey with the runner on. Try to get some things going here. Let's bring in the pinch hitter. Let's go ahead and Bailey is a 2. 2+. Let's just edit him. Let's get him in there. So get him in there. We can see that he's in the second column now. So Ed Bailey is a 2+. A little bit of an upgrade over Jose Pagan. And Ralph Terry to Ed Bailey with a runner on second base, nobody out. Here's a 1-6. And 1-6 is going to be a fly out, which advances the runner. So fly ball to center field. And so that's going to move the runner, Jim Davenport, to third base. So productive out. Could be a little bit too little too late, and we'll see. We need to bring in another pinch hitter. And we don't have anybody else, maybe Matty Alou. So the Alou brothers getting into the game. He's a 1.3, so same thing, but a 2-. Let's bring a pinch hitter. Matty Alou, he's going to be a 2-. So we get Alou into the game as a pinch hitter. Here's a pitch from Ralph Terry. That's a 4-5, and a 4-5 will be a fly ball. That's going to be a fly out to center field. For the second out of the inning, just going to have the runner stay at third. And Felipe Alou stands in for his fifth at bat of the game. He's 1-for-4 with a couple of strikeouts. There's a 1-2. And a 1-2 is going to be a ground out, and that's going to be your game winner. So ground out, a little nubber in front of the plate. Catcher jumps out. Howard tosses it over to first base, and he is going to end the World Series as the Yankees take Game 7, 10-3. So not the barn burner that the original Game 7 was, but the Yankees come up with huge ninth inning, huge fifth inning, and the Giants just couldn't string together any big hits. So let's look at the box score here. You can see here, big game from Maris and Elston Howard, each of them with 3 RBIs and a couple of hits. Big game from Bill Skowron with 3 hits and 2 RBIs as well. Jim Davenport, 3 hits, but didn't have a lot to show for it. And not much happening here. At the top of the order for the Giants against Ralph Terry. Terry throws a complete game, gives up 3 runs, 2 of them are earned, 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and scatters 8 hits across the 9 innings. Tough start for Sanford, and tough ending there for Bobby Bolin in the bullpen as he gives up 4 runs late in the game as well in the 9th inning. So that is going to be Game 7, and again, this is playing with the on base cards and dice engine. This is basically the sort of the core of the game, and this is again geared for modern day baseball, so it's a little bit different than the era that we just played, definitely. And you can download this for free. I'll put the link in the description. You can go and download it and literally use this for any sort of fictional or real baseball teams or universe. You can use it for international leagues, or you can use it for overseas leagues. International, somebody use it for international league baseball, like the minor leagues, kind of the minor leagues. You could use it for minor league baseball if you find the stats, but essentially you're just using FIP if you can find it. Sierra is probably going to be more difficult unless you're playing a more modern, something after 2002. And then weighted runs above average you can typically find in most of the places where you find advanced statistics. And then again, you just go off the pitcher card or the pitcher columns first, and then you go over to the batter column. And if there's a blank, you go to the batter column. So on base plays pretty well, and you can use this to play pretty much any teams in history. All right, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Quick update, I've finished the 2019 cards creation, so now I'm just going through and editing and making sure that everything is consistent and that I didn't make any mistakes. And so hopefully in the next couple weeks be releasing those out to the public for purchase. And I'm anxious to hear everybody's thoughts about it and see how it goes with your gameplay, any holes that need to be fixed, or just what people think about it and what they have to say. I've appreciated all the feedback. It's been really helpful and really great, and I hope that the game reflects that. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.